What's the matter, Pat? Did I say something you didn't like?
No, this is not your fault. This is this show's problem.
I liked how you were very quick to mention that this is not like your play.
No, this is way worse. Getting as many skill players on, I think is smart. I think it's a good idea. Now, having Zeke at center and just hoping that they won't rush the passer, which I think was the goal of this one, was an egregious thought, especially with the Niners defense. And then them blowing Zeke up. I think they didn't expect maybe just a clean rush, bull rush. I think there was a chance they thought they'd be able to get the ball because T.Y. has a couple offensive linemen in front of him down here and some space.
Oh, yeah. I think that's where the ball was supposed to go, to T.Y.?
I think there's a chance you're supposed to get it back to the outside. They got speed guys behind the offensive line. Most of these balls end up going from one sideline to the other. So I'd assume that they're trying to set up some sort of wall type thing. Just a terrible fucking play. Yeah. History of football, worst one of all time. What a year for you guys to launch a fucking podcast.
Yeah. It's got to be rigged, man. This is crazy.
No, don't say it.
It's crazy.
Don't say it, dude.
We're having too much damn fun, man.
Too many people. Oh, my God.
The script is
Reddit
leaked.
is going bananas.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. I feel like we don't really talk much about him just because he's like cheeseburgers and stuff like that.
I don't think it's talked about enough either, man. The guy's a guru when it comes to being able to get anybody open. He could draw up a play to get my dad a first down in the National Football League. He finds ways to just get me wide ass open, to get guys in space one-on-one. I mean, if you can get me or anybody like that, I love the opportunity of just getting me one-on-one with somebody. If I can get that situation, I feel like I can, have the upper hand in that situation. And Coach Reed does an unbelievable job of just finding ways to attack defenses week in, week out, to just always keep them in a reactionary position. I owe all my success to this guy for kind of expanding the tight end role in this offense for me, especially in the receiving game. I don't see myself ever playing for another head coach.
We have an entire collage of Sirianni being awesome on the sideline. He is playing in the game. He starts out spitting on himself.
Yep. Yeah. Hell yeah.
That was a little thicker than I thought.
That's understandable.
Then there's a chest bump with Spike Man.
Yep.
Shane Spike Man. Then there's the look at the camera, nod. Yeah. How you doing? Yeah, that's me.
There you go. So that's strength coach right there?
For sure. He has a tat sticking out of the bottom of that. He is Tom Brady. Joey Burrow is the fucking second coming of Tom Brady. He's the dude who's going to show up in the biggest moments. All this stuff you hear about the moxie and the cigar and the swagger. Think about what that does with his teammates. When his team sees that their guy that is going to have a good game for us to win, and he's doing fucking look away.
So sweet.
If that guy is that confident, that comfortable, that relaxed, and that cerebral, I feel like I'm going to be pretty confident, comfortable, relaxed, and cerebral. He is the perfect fucking quarterback. Obviously, this is a conversation starter for everybody when they're talking about the dynasty, and there's still Raiders fans that are pissed off about this. Here's the game plan. Go out there in the middle of a snowstorm and make a kick that you're not supposed to make at all from 45 yards.
This is the Patriots season on the line.
Do you remember this moment right here in your head? Were you scared to death? Were you fucking pumped?
I would say I was probably more scared to death as I'm watching the Tuck Rule review and realizing, holy shit, we get the ball back. Oh, yeah, by the way, it's coming all down to you, man.
This will be a 45-yard attempt. That's Vinatieri's luck from this distance of late.
Once I got out on the field, I really had three thoughts. First and foremost, try to attack the ball, but stay light on your feet. Just like anybody, you're running on ice. If your cleats don't stick, you're falling on the ground, and then the ball's going to end up hitting your center right in the back of the head. I wasn't thinking about missing 4 of the last 5, if that's truly what was going on. For me, it was all about, hey, these guys aren't going to be able to get a good rush, get it straight and get it above the line of scrimmage. And thank goodness, as it left, and I saw that they didn't block it, then it was all about, I don't know if it's going to have enough distance in this snow, let's hope for the best. And I really didn't know until the referees at the back of the end zone raised their hands. I couldn't really see it. Couldn't tell if it was good or not.
Hell yeah, because it's a snow globe. What a kick. This is the next generation of the entire NFL, is what everybody's saying. First time in a long time where it hasn't had, you or Tom in it, basically. Still happening. But now it's kind of the younger guys getting a chance to shine here these last couple of weeks.
Say that a little bit louder so Tommy can hear it, then we'll both come back next year.
All right, you old fucks ain't got it anymore.
I'm sad to report no whales since we last talked.
What?
Where are they?
What happened? They left?
I don't know if they've come all the way down from Alaska yet, but I haven't seen them yet.
$60 million is a lot of fucking money, right? That's what everybody's talking about, is what you're owed or whatever. Is the contract like something that you have to think about in this whole thing?
Oh, shoot. I mean,
it's a lot of fucking money.
It's a lot of money. I don't think there'd be a scenario where I'd come back and that would be the number. I think definitely things would have to shift.
got it. I mean, we'll see what we just did.
Why do you think that?
There's a lot of teams because of COVID that are strapped, and you're seeing us a lot of different contracts. They're pushing more money out in deals, creating certain kind of void years to allow for an easier cap hit. There would have to be some adjustments for sure.
You ever envisioned yourself in another uniform playing for another team? Has that ever crossed your mind?
Never been a free agent, so to even think about being another uniform never really crossed my mind. Even when Jordan was drafted, I thought that might be a possibility for sure. I might not finish in Green Bay. Then I won 2 COVID MVPs. It obviously seemed a lot less likely. Anytime there's a situation where change is possible, what's the old adage? The grass isn't always greener on the other side. And I always say the grass is green where you water it. I think that's the most important thing to remember. Change is a part of this business. It's a part of life. People don't like talking about this kind of shit, right? It's taboo to talk about some of these ideas, but to be open to the possibility if I want to keep playing that it might be somewhere else, I understand that. I understand they might want to move on and go younger at a number of different positions. That's a part of it. When I think about that thought, it's not with any malice. It's not with any animosity. It's with complete gratitude for an incredible organization that's done a ton for me. I've been there 18 years. I have lifelong friends in that organization. There's been a lot of fun dreaming about retiring as a Packer because there's something really special about that. But if the competitive hole still needs to be satiated and it's time to move on, then I hope everybody would look at that with a lot of gratitude and not any resentment. Or even on the flip side, let's fucking get rid of this old guy. And I hope there's some gratitude on both sides if that happens. There's heroes and villains in sports. I've been cast as the villain, especially the last few years. In this culture, this woke culture wants to be offended by everything. You just go online and find something you don't agree with. I'm offended. How could you possibly say that? Yes. I don't really care. I don't care who it's coming from or who said it. There were some comments that I'm only playing for MVPs and stuff like that. Didn't maybe quite see the entire clip. There's no point in coming back if you don't think you can win it all. What do? If you take the right sound bite from the right thing and it's a station that may or may not have in the past been brought to you by Pfizer, then they got to make sure that their villain, gets cast in the correct light.
Tom, you're leaving everybody guessing. Do you have any type of a timetable as to what you might want to do regarding your football career?
Jim, if I knew what I was going to fucking do, I'd have already fucking done it, okay? I'm taking it a day at a time.
He's like, hey, Jim, what are you, my fucking ex-wife, dude? I will fucking take my time for the first time in my life. Jim had to ask the question, but I like the fact that Tom's a little fiery. Is that what he's normally like?
He's definitely like that. He's very relatable. I mean, in the locker room, he's one of the guys.
So all of us think he's an alien.
I know, but he's not. He's so relatable on the field, off the field, in the locker room.
That was the Tom Brady that I would like to listen to every single day. If that was what the Let's Go podcast was, no, I don't like that they bleeped him. We're adults.
Come on.
Eli Apple has been dunking on Stephon Diggs on the internet. I love Lou Anarumo sitting in his office trying to figure out what he's going to do against Kansas City Chiefs. And somebody going, have you seen what Eli Apple has tweeted? And Lou goes, no, what? Seeing Cancun on 3.
With the Damar Hart.
Lou goes, oh, he also recommended that Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs go ahead and get couples therapy. And Lou's like, Eli. Is anything else? Yeah, he's calling him statue basically, saying Stephon Diggs is fed up with Josh Allen. He's Terrell Owens Jr. And Lou's going like, we're not holding Eli back though, right? Video has been released of Patrick Mahomes leaving his press conference today.
He lands it flat.
Oh.
Yeah, he does.
I think it's a mental thing. He's scared for it to hurt. Let's get the ass shot here as he's walking off.
Pretty clean.
Super square, straight on top of it. He looks good. Patrick Mahomes jogging on the practice field here, doing a lot more moving than I would have expected.
Yeah.
If any of the trainers or coaches thought this was an actual problem, he would not be doing fucking shit. He would be over there on the left side of this thing or standing right next to Andy Reid. Nonetheless, let's move on. Not on the Twitter world. I'll tell you, we live on the Twitter world, Lou. Hey, figure out the fucking camera.
Other way, coach. Move it the other way.
What the hell
is going on?
Other way.
Move it the other way.
Other way, Lou.
That's a disaster right now.
No.
Move it to your left, Lou. Coach.
Your left.
Yeah,
Move it towards your left shoulder.
That's like, good thing I'm not in Hollywood here. All right, how's that?
No.
Don't
Go back
move
to
your
where
chair.
you were. You can't move the camera and you. There we go. He's not even in the conversation, I guess, for Offensive Rookie of the Year, which... Okay, I don't understand how that happens. He didn't play long enough in the season, they're saying, whatever the case is. He has seemingly been dropped in and just been unconscious. Has he always been that way?
8 months ago when he first showed up at OTAs. Now that I'm in year 6, I try to build a relationship with the rookies. I just try to chirp at them just a little bit here and there to see what their mindset's like. Are they going to shrivel up into a little ball or are they going to throw something back at me? And Purdy from day one just right back at me. And I was like, all right, you've got something to you. I respect the hell out of it. Let's see where this goes.
Mike Pereira does a great job sometimes on some of the real nuanced rules that unless you are an NFL official, I don't know how anybody keeps track of it all. And he's unbelievable at real time being able to get it to us. So it's a combination of all of those things. What's the matter, Pat? Did I say something you didn't like?
No, it's not your. This is not your fault. This is the.
We love
This is
Pereira.
this show's problem.
Uh-huh.
As soon as somebody's name gets mentioned, obviously whatever he has done most recently that is in everybody's mind, obviously gets referenced.
I got it. I got it.
Every time you said it, there was
Sorry, Greg.
there was 3 tongues staring at me. You know what I mean? As soon as you mentioned it, like literally as you were talking.
knew it.
Away.
Sorry,
So I couldn't.
sorry, buddy's on.
I got it.
Because if you go to the wide angle here, like Greg, like I'm looking right at. Over the last 24 hours, there has been a 2.5-point swing in the Bengals-Chiefs matchup this weekend, and a replay of last year's AFC Championship in which the Bengals were able to go into Kansas City and get a big-time win. Now, obviously, the players of Kansas City are hearing about Arrowhead being called Burrowhead.
Whoa.
I'll see y'all in Burrowhead.
What is it about that Bengals offense that maybe impresses you the most? You played them a few times.
This has become a massive rivalry, a massive game, and with the appearance of Patrick Mahomes being able to walk off from his press conference and then stretch one-legged, bending over, hamstring stretches. The books realize that. We have some breaking news. It is being reported that the Carolina Panthers have hired Frank Reich as their next head coach.
Oh, my God.
Frank Reich, formerly the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts. I do believe Frank Reich has the capability to be an incredibly successful head coach. Do they have all the pieces around him there to be able to succeed? They don't have a quarterback. They're going to have to be in the market for that whole thing. And they have a nucleus, though. It seems like that played good football after Christian McCaffrey was traded, after Robbie Anderson was traded, after Matt Rule was fired. They still played some good football, so it seems like the culture's there. Does Nathaniel Hackett, being the offense coordinator for the Jets, put Aaron Rodgers in New Jersey, to play for the New York Jets?
I still say no. I think Aaron Rodgers retires as a Green Bay Packer.
Now, Rodgers has said, he's made his affinity for Nathaniel Hackett well known. I don't know if he's willing to stake the rest of his career on, hey, this guy calling plays is going to unlock winning a Super Bowl for me.
For me, though, I'm such a stooge. I'm a doofus. All I think about is they were fucking awful last year. It's hard for me not to get over that.
A lot of that was on the quarterback.
The head coach has to be the offensive guy, I think, because the owner, right? Now, owners are the biggest monkey see, monkey do people of all time. What works? Oh, let's do it. But also the owners think ahead, right? If we have success, what happens? Our quarterback goes for this. We sell out tickets. We win. We do this. And then what happens immediately after? Oh, that offense coordinator is getting hired. And if that offense coordinator takes your quarterback coach or running back coach or tight end coach, you have to literally bring in a whole new staff every 2 years. That's up against, I think, these defensive coaches heavy.
I think it's the biggest obstacle that they're all facing.
We have started the relationship building process with the murder of crows that live on the property. So a murder is what you call a flock of crows. And the murder of crows that came with this property when we purchased it are a badass group of crows.
Oh, yeah. Muggers.
We're talking about some dogs as crow.
Yes.
This particular murder rolls deep, they roll thick, and they are menaces. Blowing out our windows up here because they know this. They know the way the building is built. They know when they can get in, where they can't get in. They know everything about this place. They sit on all of our cars, shit on them all, let them know that we're in their property. So today I tried to go shake their hunts.
Right.
Gave them a donut. We learned on the internet they also like peanuts. We'll be bringing those in. And allegedly crows, once they see your face, they will recognize you again. And if you feed them, they appreciate it. So we are trying to shake the Hans of this murder of crows.
That's right.
That started today. I think that's going to help with a lot of the other shit we have going on around here.
Let's see what happens with the internet here. I'm, looking around right now. Some of the lights, they're on, but we'll see how long that lasts. I want to see what the repercussions are from these birds because, sure, feeding them is great. If we miss a feeding, if we give them something they don't want.
Oh, no, you're saying
what's going to happen? What are those crows going to do after? Maybe we give them cashews by accident and not peanuts. Are they going to get pissed?
Allegedly, peanuts are the unsalted peanuts are.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Avalanche.
They know what we're talking about now, and
that was a big old sheet ice.
Camera's actually shaking.
Yeah. We should call the Counting Crows to do a song out there.
Oh, yeah. What did they sing? What's the
Mr. Jones and me.